Hello, hello, this is Moonshine Oracle with an elemental at large post full moon wind down. Y'all screaming for it. I don't want to do it, but y'all screaming for it, so here we got to give the folks what they want, right? But the thing is, it's somebody who wants to know how to evade karma. And if you are anything like me, you don't do bullshit, fuck shit, any kind of shit, and you tired of the shit. If you catch my drift. Disclaimers are in the description boxes of all the videos, because I'll be damned if I deal with somebody's triggered, unhealed bullshit. Moving on. Somebody here really is sick because they are just now, like, I keep tasting vomit. So somebody here is, like, their nerves are just all over the place. They're worried sick. And that's because chickens is coming home to roost in this mofo. Somebody is realizing their homies are, in fact, not their homies. And if it's one thing I know about a warlock, most of them genuinely don't like witches. Most of the warlocks I know are very feminine, despite the masculine appearance. In the past, the way they dress and stuff like that, you'd never guess it. Unless you are a seer, psychic, or a medium yourself, right? Back then, like, the comparison to, like, the style of dress then to now is like day and night. Like, what in the hell? Men are wearing colors that traditionally would have been considered for girls, like the color pink. Now, personally, my favorite color is blue. For most girls, their colors are blush and bashful. Mine is black and blue. Does that make me any less of a woman? No. Moving on. And now that I said that, whoever tries to raise their banner in my colors, honey, you gonna get your ass whooped. Because you are asking for it at this point. Whoever tries to raise their banner in my colors is gonna get their ass whooped. I said what I said and I write it down. You can't say I didn't warn your ass. Time will tell if you're smart or stupid. Okay, so basically what this is, because I almost said Hailey Bieber. It's coming out on the TikTok, the 7-part series of her stalking Justin and stuff like that. And it's just like, I had eyebrows raised when she got that the tattoo behind her ear, just like Selena. But the documentary got to, like, an earlier time period where Justin and Miss Gomez went on a date at a movie. To the movies. It was later on shown that guess who was there? Hailey. And it's like, that's a bit much for me. That's a bit much. Again, warlocks most of the time don't really care for witches. Why? Because of the womb. Regardless of what people tell you, women are more connected to source than men will ever be. That's one of the reasons why they want to control us, even though they're not meant to. Not only is our womb that connection to source, aka God, the wombs are portals in which children come through. And I'm sorry, but the only people clinically obsessed with getting women pregnant are the genetically inferior, because their genes are dying, and everybody, like, their genetic code, in a manner of speaking, is slated to die out, and they're panicking, basically. They're panicking. They're not of chosen blood. They are not a chosen themselves. Every family has one in their lineage, and they're just meant to carry on, in a manner of speaking. They did the work. God was pleased with whoever, whatever, wherever, and is like, here, go on. That type of thing. We have a bunch of warlocks trying to stop a league of women from getting pregnant, even though they're desperate for women to be pregnant. 90% of the time, it's because these women will not personally lay down with these specific men. I said what I said. They want this group in particular to clean up their bloodline. And the truth of the matter is, it is not our fucking jobs to clean up a lineage. Sex is the most intense form of energy exchange out there. Physical touch and sex itself. But the thing is, the reason a lot of us on the spiritual side of things are so celibate, like we're the definition of celibate, it takes little to nothing to activate our ick. Like one wrong move and go away. Be gone with you. That type of deal. And some people just genuinely don't understand that. They don't. If you are bound by if these people are bound by the metric still, they're not going to understand anything. They just understand the preacher preaches on Sunday, my God. Like this person, whoever he is, he does not read at all. He doesn't. He just goes by what everybody else says. Women are to submit to their husbands and so on down the line. But the thing is, nobody wants to marry that man voluntarily. He's not a looker either. So he's got a lot going against him. He's got a lot going against him. Like from a genetic standpoint, he's not tall. He's not the most attractive. He's very childish, very goofy, and so on down that line. And I'm hearing Aries, so that, oh God, it's the weasel. Oh, for fuck's sake. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason I hate frat boys all across America. My father will hear of this. Only you don't have, my father will hear of this money. You dumb bastard. Somebody here is cracking up. Because see, the funny thing is, oh God, this agent's gonna have a fucking field day. Sir, detach. I'm trying to concentrate. Hello, Sag. Yeah, it's really not a secret that this group of warlocks in particular, they don't really care for women. They just like to use and exploit them. And so on down that line, I mean, men are, like this caliber of men, they are the definition of energy parasite, and how they get by in life. They play the woman card, basically, because women typically are the ones branded to be the miners of gold and riches, but when you teach them that a man is to be your provider and protector of like housing, food, water, medicine, and stuff like that, finances, you're gonna make a head over heart decision 90% of the time. It's rare that, like in the past, that women got to marry for love. It was a luxury. Majority of them just could not afford. Fast forward to today, men have been looking for eligible daughters for like their heiresses in some way, shape, or form. I mean, that's been going on for as long as I can, like as long as like time itself, essentially. Because in a past life, like in the 1200s or so, my betrothed dismantled our contract to go marry a baron's my God, daughter. Jesus Christ. Didn't tell me nothing. All I knew is he had gone off to war and he never came back. His best friend had to tell me. And so on down that line. And his energy is present today, and it's like, fucker, go away. Because he has a long history of writing checks his ass cannot cash. And it's like, you know what? I'm not dealing with you out of common sense. Bye. But the funny thing is, the woman he sacrificed me for is up my ass every time she incarnates. She's up my ass. That's the funny thing. And then what's funny is a man I was married to in the past, this Gemini dude, he was my husband several centuries ago. Not this lifetime, lifetimes past. But the thing is, he made a bunch of lies and basically had me tried as a witch and executed, burned at the stake, so he could marry another woman. That's why he's obsessed with my person, because literally, the minute I became a pile of ash, he started losing everything. And I'm talking everything. Money, clout, credibility, all of it. He lost everything he sacrificed me to gain. And I think it's fair, but the thing is, he has a grudge in a manner of speaking, because apparently I would have been worth more alive than dead. So basically what he did was try, like, marry society's approval, in a manner of speaking, visually, but try to keep me isolated on the wayside so they can energy harvest off of me. And it's just like, I think the fuck not, you white trash motherfucker. See, the funny thing is trying to have me persecuted for a witch when you over here acting like a whole warlock. You and your frat brothers. Hand to God, if records for bank statements were to be subpoenaed for right now, who's going to have trips to New Orleans? It can be a psychic, a medium, a reader. Like, who all has that on their transcripts? Because I don't. I may have been a member of a Patreon or two, but I'm not anymore. But at the same time, it's like, I don't pay for readings in that capacity. I have not had a personal done on me in almost 8-9 years. And that's because every time I got a reading done, they answered everything but the question I asked. And you know what? To me, it was a waste of money, and I just didn't do it anymore from there on out. But yeah, warlocks do not like witches. The more powerful you are, the more they hate you. They will hate you even more if you do not want to lay down with any of them. They really will resent you. Now, the funny thing is about this here weasel, is, I'm sorry, I'm not attracted to men who are shorter than my 5'8" person. So step aside, short stack. You and that grand poobah of a Pisces, y'all are like the biggest egotistical pricks I've ever seen. And I say that right as a state trooper was passing by. So somebody may have tried to get law enforcement involved. And the funny thing is, they can't touch me if I'm not doing anything wrong. Imagine that. And I apologize if I veered off topic a little bit. I know there's a couple of folks that don't like that, but you know what? It is what it is. It has a reason for it. I think the funny thing is these frat boys up my ass, the only way they would have ever been allowed on my grandparents' property is if they were hired for a technical service of sorts. That's the only way they would have been allowed on the property, and even then they wouldn't be allowed to use the front door. Those are for invited guests. And the funny thing is, those people have no invitation. You have no invitation. See, the funny thing is, I've been humble. I've been humble. And you know what I'm about to start doing? Oh, there's a county sheriff. I've been humble. It's time to start acting like my daddy. My dad's not an arrogant man. He could be a cocky SOB at times, but you know what? That comes with the territory of being an aviator in the military. Big old goofball. If they ain't an air sign, they a fire sign. And my daddy's an Aries. I have an Aries North Node. And if it's one thing about me, Weasel, is I always get my lick back. Even if it's 10, 20 years down the motherfucking line, I will always get my lick back. And for the Hailey Bieber in female form, like, I'm cracking up at this coming out because we all have a Hailey Bieber in our lives somewhere. I've got 2.5 of them. I say 2.5 because this is the second time somebody has let me slip through their fingers, and they try to mimic me to the T. The half is a former colleague of mine that I no longer work with anymore, but she would mimic everything I did that she could see online in the name of saying she was more knowledgeable than me. My God. And if you are laughing at my speech impediment, I will tell you this here and now. I have been dealing with stuttering since I was a child. There ain't a goddamn thing I can do about it. And if that's a problem, shut the fuck up and move on. Shut the fuck up and move on. Better yet, quit trying to burn candles on my throat chakra. Little bitch. See, the thing is, I don't believe in peace with people who did their damnedest to cause me war. And people really are going to get sick and tired of your childish games, your childish bullshit, so on down that line. As long as I feel there is nothing to talk about, there's going to be nothing to resolve. There's nothing to talk about. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to build a business. I don't want to help you with your image. I don't want to help you with your finances. Like, how the fuck do you expect me to be a blessing to others when you are constantly trying to rob me blind? Satan, come get your goddamn sons, because they are on my last fucking nerve. And with that, everybody have a good day.